Let's cut entirely through the noise. Tomorrow's America's Auto Auction Toledo sale is massive, but today's briefing is engineered to focus intensely on three specific late model units. They're positioned together near the critical end of Lane 1. Our headline, a 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV. We target Lane 1 at the specific location because it acts as a geographic bellwether for Midwestern wholesale strength. We are not here to predict the highest retail returns. These are three assets selected for pure observation. Each represents a unique, critical fracture point in the current market environment. Let's analyze the hardware. Here is our absolute highest value target for tomorrow, a black 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV Platinum Sport. This is an extended-length four-wheel drive unit. It is powered by the flagship 6.2-liter V8 gasoline engine. This isn't just a large SUV, it is a rolling indicator of high-end consumer capital. An asset carrying an MSRP well north of six figures, crossing the wholesale block this early in its life cycle, demands the entire room's attention. The core data commands immediate scrutiny. It is scheduled as run 10099. The odometer shows just 13,455 miles. It carries a nearly perfect 4.9 condition grade with a comprehensive report on file. Finding a 4.9 grade is exceptionally rare. It requires a vehicle to be virtually flawless. Most vehicles lose that state the moment they leave the showroom lot. This unit combines a current model year with exceptionally low mileage. The condition report leaves zero room for buyer excuses. Furthermore, the Platinum Sport configuration places it near the absolute mathematical ceiling of the Escalade model range. We have to identify who actually steps up for an asset commanding this kind of capital. This top-tier configuration attracts very specific buyer demographics. We expect immediate attention from well-capitalized Cadillac franchise dealers and high-volume independent luxury dealers, but pay close attention to the export-oriented buyers. Right now, aggressive exporters are fiercely targeting domestic, extended-length V8 SUVs. Overseas demand is creating massive arbitrage opportunities. We also anticipate bids from large SUV specialists and dealers desperate to replace comparable frontline inventory. But remember this core industry truth. Exceptional retail value does not automatically guarantee aggressive wholesale bidding. This brings us to a crucial operational question. How much wholesale demand actually exists today for a nearly new, high-dollar luxury SUV? A vehicle like this isn't just inventory. It is a definitive test of buyer confidence. The ultimate sale result hinges heavily on available dealer margin, local retail demand, and high-interest carrying cost tolerance. It tests the raw number of qualified, active bidders prepared to absorb a massive capital outlay in a highly scrutinized economic environment. To accurately gauge that confidence, we must observe exact bidding behaviors under pressure. When the auctioneer opens the floor, watch these variables. How many bidders remain active after the opening volley? Does the bidding advance in rapid, confident increments, or does it stall out early? Does that pristine 4.9 condition grade actually produce a visible, measurable bidding premium? Do buyers treat this as a scarce, must-have asset or simply as dangerously expensive metal? Finally, does it sell, receive a conditional if sale, or fail to cross the reserve entirely? This creates a clear market tension, pristine luxury on one hand versus premium capability on the other. Think about our flawless 4.9 grade Escalade. Now contrast that against our second test vehicle. This comparison perfectly demonstrates the tension in tomorrow's data. The Escalade tests wholesale demand at the absolute luxury SUV ceiling. The second vehicle tests demand for a highly desirable trim that carries materially more use, higher mileage, and greater condition exposure. Meet that second vehicle, a black 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 ZR2. It is scheduled immediately before the Escalade as run 10098. It features a four-wheel drive crew cab, short wheelbase configuration. It also utilizes the 6.2-liter V8 gasoline engine. The ZR2 is a highly specialized, heavy-content off-road iteration of the Silverado. It sits worlds apart from a basic fleet work truck. Picture the exact retail buyer. They seek massive towing and payload capacity, but they also demand premium leather, advanced suspension technology, and aggressive styling for the weekend trail. It appeals directly to a dual-purpose lifestyle. The dealer's retail target is highly specific. This brings us to the central question for the Silverado. How much will buyers discount mileage and condition on a wildly desirable premium truck? This unit is only one model year old, yet it already shows a heavy 35,326 miles. Its 3.8 condition grade is respectable for a working vehicle, however, it is a massive step down from the pristine 4.9 grade of the Escalade we just examined. The current truck market remains fractured and highly segmented. A buyer evaluating this specific Silverado cannot simply ask whether trucks generally are popular. They must calculate specific, unforgiving variables. Does the aggressive ZR2 package create enough inherent demand to overcome that heavy mileage penalty? Does the thirsty 6.2-liter V8 help, or does it severely limit the active buyer pool? Does the condition report reveal expensive hidden costs not immediately visible in that 3.8 headline grade? Most importantly, does the vehicle leave enough critical margin between wholesale acquisition cost and its likely retail ceiling? The auction sequence is vital here. This truck crosses the block directly before the Escalade. Watch the room closely. Will a well-capitalized bidder who misses out on this ZR2 carry that frustrated capital directly into the Escalade bidding? Our third vehicle serves as the definitive wildcard of the top three, a black 2025 Ford Mustang EcoBoost Premium Convertible. It is scheduled as Run 10103. It features rear-wheel drive, a two-door configuration, and a green light status backed by a condition report. It carries a 4.4 grade and 23,020 miles. That 4.4 grade indicates a clean, well-maintained car, with minor cosmetic blemishes. It is solid but notably lacks the perfection of the Escalade. Unlike the massive utilities we just covered, this Mustang is a purely seasonal discretionary purchase. Timing is absolutely critical here. This vehicle is crossing the block squarely during the summer selling season. A convertible naturally possesses far greater immediate retail relevance right now than it will during the freezing Midwestern winter months. However, this is the 2.3-liter four-cylinder EcoBoost model. It is not the purest V8 GT. This presents a classic automotive dilemma. Will buyers treat this as a highly accessible, fun, late-model summer cruiser, or will they discount it heavily because it lacks the traditional V8 configuration? This EcoBoost distinction alters the entire wholesale equation. It fundamentally shifts the buyer demographics away from track enthusiasts and toward lifestyle buyers. It caps the retail pricing ceiling. It resets baseline performance expectations. Crucially, the smaller engine impacts financing affordability. In a macro environment dominated by high interest rates, a lower acquisition cost makes the monthly payment far more palatable for the end consumer. This directly affects dealer confidence and dramatically shrinks the expected time to sale. The 4.4 grade and 23,020 miles present a very clean late model profile. We need to watch closely if the premium trim level supports aggressive bidding, or if specialized buyers hesitate over the four-cylinder powertrain despite the highly favorable summer timing. Let's matrix these three distinct market signals. Taken together, tomorrow's top three provide a compact, highly accurate cross-section of late-model wholesale behavior. Run 10099, the Escalade, measures raw luxury confidence. It asks definitively whether buyers will deploy substantial capital in real time. Run 10098, the Silverado ZR2, measures premium truck demand. It asks whether a specialized off-road package overcomes a heavy mileage penalty. Run 10103, the Mustang, measures seasonal discretionary demand. It asks if summer weather appeal creates true, urgent bidding behavior on the floor. Before we conclude this pre-snap read, we require your operational data. We need to understand exactly where the AOS Live audience is operating and which specific regional markets you are observing. If you are a dealer, a sales manager, a lender, a vehicle buyer, or a market analyst, drop your city and state in the comments immediately. Furthermore, if there is another critical vehicle in tomorrow's sale that deserves our attention, input the year, make, model, and run number. We will extract and review as many of your observations as possible. Remember, the primary objective of this briefing is not to guess winners before the auction begins. The goal is to establish exactly what hard metrics we need to observe before these vehicles ever cross the block. Tomorrow, focus entirely on these measurements. Track the opening bid. Note the bidding depth and the total number of active buyers in the lane. Watch the speed of bid progression. Finally, record the final sale status and the final reported transaction price. This strict methodology is exactly how we convert raw auction lists into observable, highly actionable market signals. It is the full intelligence loop. Step 1 is this exact pre-snap read. Step 2 is observing the aggressive auction action tomorrow. Step 3 is our comprehensive post-snap read. Step 4 forces us to answer the single most important question in any market. What did we actually learn? Data is completely useless without that final step of applied learning. We will calculate the precise variance between our pre-sale assumptions and the actual financial outcomes on the block. Those are tomorrow's AOS Live top 3. Number 1, the 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV Platinum Sport. Number 2, the 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 ZR2. Number 3, the 2025 Ford Mustang EcoBoost Premium Convertible. Will tomorrow's lane expose a softening luxury market, or will it prove that premium buyers are fully immune to economic headwinds? After the auction, we will compare the actual outcomes against this pre-snap read. AOS Live, driven by XDTSIX. We don't guess, we learn.